What's going on, filmmaking fam jam? Zach here. In today's video, we're talking about practical transitions to add into your videos using a little camera here. So we're going to be using an SLR and my cell phone to create cool transitions like this one. Now, this is by far my favorite practical / digital I don't really even know how to label it because you can't download it, but it's like a cool sort of film transition thing that you guys can do literally using your camera pointed at your screen, and it's super awesome. So the first step that you want to do is obviously have your camera and your camera and your other camera. Like, you need two cameras, but one camera doesn't have to be working. Like, this one definitely doesn't work. This is like missing a fold-out screen, and this is just a disaster. Open up the project file that you want to have that sort of vintage flavor, that cool transition effect, and find the area that you want to add this effect in. Now, personally for me, I film the entire screen the entire time and create this effect because I feel that then I have more options to use it later. So what you want to do is make sure that your lens is zoomed out on your camera and open up the video mode on your cell phone. Once you've done so, put your cell phone up to the screen or viewfinder of your camera and point it at the screen of your laptop. Now, I'm getting a little bit of reflection from this whole janky setup over here, but I think we can counter that by cranking up the brightness. And then what I'm gonna do is press play from the very beginning of the video. This is my Tokyo video. Then put your cell phone up to the viewfinder of your camera, and then what you're gonna do is just start to do like little things like this, where essentially you're just kind of flickering the phone on and off the viewfinder to create sort of this blurry effect. And personally, I like to do it in between shots, so if I feel like I missed a moment, maybe I'll pause on my laptop, pause it, go back to where that sort of those two shots transition, and then I'll bring it back up and capture that specifically. So again, I have this sort of moment behind cutting between the shots of the city. I'll line it up, make sure this camera is in focus because you're basically focusing two lenses at this point. Focus, 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 it's focused. And then all of a sudden, you're just gonna start doing that glitch effect. And what you can do is you can bring up and down your cell phone on your viewfinder. You can also bring it back and forth. You can even bring the whole thing right up to the screen and then kind of flicker it into different spots. And again, sometimes I do the entire video doing this whole effect to make sure that I at least have something to work with. So I can go back and forth, I can go up and down. I find this effect works well. And then another thing you can do is just actually go up and down, in and out of your camera to create this weird flicker in and out of the screen. And once you've done that, then you import the footage of this into your timeline and then put it over top, because if you finish your timeline, which is something you should know, make sure your video is almost fully done, or at least your assembly is going to look relatively the same, because then all you have to do is put this video track in above and then find the areas that you want to use as a transition piece and put them in. Now, the nice thing is they don't have to match up perfectly. So for example, if you've changed your timeline a little bit, or you want to use this effect for another section, you could really put this in at a bunch of different areas. It doesn't necessarily have to be the exact same spot. It just works the best when you do. And another quick thing that you guys can do is, let's say you don't have one of these cameras, what you can do is actually just bring your cell phone up to the screen of your computer, press record, and then just sort of flicker your phone across the screen of your computer to create this sort of wobbly, zigzaggy effect. I love this effect so much. And you can kind of go like this, you can wave it around, or you can even check this magic out. You can even put your cell phone in different areas of the screen of your laptop to sort of create a different perspective of that shot. Now, again, you could probably do this with like a ton of different effects in After Effects or a ton of different areas in Premiere, but personally, I find that the practical way of doing it is the best, as that usually is the case. But that's it, guys. That's all. For those of you who like the effect that I've created within this video, I'm working on sort of a download preset pack that you guys can have. That way you'll be able to access these shots and these sort of like blurry things for your personal video. So therefore you don't have to actually always create the raw ones. But again, the best effects are usually the practical ones and the ones that are done specifically for said project, like this one, which I wish I did do for this video. And finally, this video is brought to you in part by MyAirBridge. MyAirBridge is an online drive system for you to save, upload, download, share your video files. Some of my favorite features that are included in it is it actually has a file expiration date selection tool, which basically means once you've uploaded a video file, maybe you don't want it to be there the entire time. Sometimes I'll upload a video for a client, but maybe I don't want them to be sharing it to a bunch of people, or it stays up on the internet for another 2 to 3 years. You can actually set the dates for how long people can view it for, which also adds a certain sense of urgency for people to download, or write comments, or sort of have for their personal stuff. If you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about this product, or looking for a space to start uploading your footage, I'd recommend taking a look at my AirBridge. And if you click the link below, you guys can get a little bit more information on that. But that's it, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Keep making some great stuff. I see you guys in another video. Take care.